Jesus is alive. Oh, is filled with power. He loves you. Oh, oh. I'd like every head to be bowed and every eye to be closed for just a minute. No one looking around and no one moving around. You've been so patient tonight, and God has honored what we have done tonight together. There are businessmen here that might not know God. There are young people here that haven't really turned on to Him. While every head is bowed and every eye is closed and no one's looking around, I present to you the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. His name is Jesus. 2,000 years ago, He was sent from God to the earth. He lived for some 30 years. He went to the cross, and everyone thought it was over. But the power of the living God that created the universe raised Him from the dead, and He is now alive and will be alive forever. And you did not just happen to come into this place. You came here by a divine appointment from God. I don't care who you are. You might have come here to see a concert, but you have felt the presence and power of the living God. He is not a religion. He is a way of life. While every head is bowed and every eye is closed and no one looking around, everyone be seated for just a minute. If you'd say, hey, I don't really have God's power in my life, but I need His power, would you pray for me? If that's you, lift up your hand before God all over this place. In the bottom floors, I see hands. In the balconies, would you turn on the lights just a little bit? Hands up. If that's you, lift up your hand high before God. It's before Him that you raise your hand. I see hands up in the balcony, all over, in the very end of the balcony, over on this side. Lift up your hand high if that's you. I see hands on this lower balcony, in this lower floor. There's one other kind of person that's here. You have known God and you've served Him, but there's something that's gotten between you and Him. And you know that tonight you need to get your life straightened out with Him. If that is you, I want you to lift up your hand high before God. It's not before me, it is before God. All around this place, there are many, many hands that are lifted. I want every one of you that has just lifted your hand to receive God's power or to get your life straightened out with God. I want you to stand up at your seat right where you are. If you mean business with God, young man up there, stand up. You in the balconies, you on these lower balconies, you in the middle. If you mean business with God, stand up. Wherever you are, wherever you are, I promise you that God is going to do a miracle in your life. Young people, God's looking for young people that will sell out and will get off the fence and will be a witness for God, who will be a light for God. I want all of you that are standing up, I want you to make your way right here. I want to pray with you right now. In the balconies, come on. You can run, man. You'd run at a football game. It's not too late. Tonight, right as we speak, there are thousands of people that are partying. Young man that stood up in the top balcony, don't sit down, please. Stand back up and come down here. There are people running everywhere, trying to find peace. Now let's run this way and receive the Prince of Peace. Man, come on, Toronto, let's give the Lord the biggest ovation of the whole night. Come on. Everybody stand up. Let's give the Lord the biggest ovation. Come on, there are many, many coming. Come on from the balconies. Ushers, help them down. Don't stop clapping. God's moving. God can move in midnight. There's a whole crowd of young people God's getting a hold of. They're businessmen. They're businesswomen. They're husbands and wives that God's going to change your life. No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, Jesus is your action. Jesus is for you. You won't lose anything worth keeping. You won't lose anything, because He is alive. If you know anybody that's not serving God, go over to them and say, hey, I'll go with you. Because he's alive and well, and is filled with power. He is alive this minute, and it's going to change your heart right now. Oh, his power is real. Whoa, and you can feel him down deep in your heart, down deep in your heart. He is alive and well. Jesus is alive and well, and he's changing you, rearranging you, coming into your life this now. Oh, don't turn him away. He is alive this very day. Praise the Lord. There's more coming. Come on. Oh, Jesus. I thank you for getting a hold of people's lives all over this place now. Whoa. Come on, Toronto, let's give the Lord the biggest ovation of the whole night. Can't wait. Oh, come on. Let this place rock.